This is going to be another very interesting one. It is titled Peter Doocy Roasts Karine Jean-Pierre. Let's see if my laptop is going to let me pull it out. It's going to be an interesting one. I urge you to pay attention. And it's over illegal migrant crisis. Let's get to it.
In store for today.
Thanks, Karine. First, a whole high school in New York is having remote classes today because the building was needed to house people who came into this country illegally. So what is the president's priority in this case? Is it the migrants or is it the students?
I think at this point the actions have proven it already. You don't need to ask.
Is it the migrants or is it the students?
So let me just clear this up a little bit. So yesterday, New York City informed us that as a precaution, they would temporarily relocate migrants staying at Floyd Bennett Field to a nearby high school. As of this morning, all migrants have returned to the facility at Floyd Bennett Field. And so anything specific as to the program and what decided to do and all of the specifics to that, I would certainly refer you to New York City for any additional questions.
But if a working parent had to call out to stay home with their kid today, isn't this Biden immigration policy literally taking money out of people's pockets?
So let me just...
That is crazy.
I'm going to actually go back to your first question for a second because I think I do need to address that, which is, when it comes to education, migrants, the economy, the president deals with multiple issues all at once. That is his job. There are multiple things happening all at once. And as it relates to this particular question that you're asking me about in New York City, that is something that New York City needs the answers to. That is a process that they took, so they have to answer to that. And as it relates to migrants and what's happening at the border, look, the president has taken this issue very seriously.
That's a damn lie.
Very seriously by making sure that on his first day, which is almost 3 years, it'll be a couple weeks, it'll be 3 years ago, that he put forward a comprehensive immigration legislation to deal with what's happening with the immigration process, obviously, and also the border.
But also when people speak like this, I mean, not just regards to the American leadership and government, even with the Nigerian government, my country, when they speak like this, I don't think it's valid or what people want to hear. You can't say, we're telling you we have a problem right now, and you're telling me we put policies to solve the problem. Well, did the policies solve the problem? I don't know if that makes sense. Imagine your child is hungry, and then your baby's hungry, but you put milk in a container and just dropped it there. When your baby's hungry, did you solve the problem? Like, when you say you've put policies in place, like, did it address the situation? And this is not just to the American government, but also to governments, officials around the world.
He put forward a comprehensive immigration legislation to deal with what's happening with the immigration process, obviously, and also the border. Broken for decades. And the president is the one who has taken action to deal with this while House Republicans do not. They get in the way.
And Hunter Biden on Capitol Hill today.
Boy, here we go.
How big of a headache is that for you?
Hunter Biden is a private citizen. He is not a member of the White House, as you know, and I just don't have anything else to share.
But the last time he was on the Hill, he said the president was certainly familiar with what his son was going to say.
I did say that, and what I'm saying today,
that President Biden does not help him with his business deals, but he does help him skirt congressional subpoenas.
Two quick questions. What is the reaction here to the collapse of the border talks over the weekend? You know, that is supposed to unlock money for Ukraine. You're getting to the end of the road on Ukraine, so what is the view here on what happened over the weekend with the breakdown in those talks?
So look, we've been pretty consistent and are not going to get into the hypotheticals or specifics of the
Look them in the eye when you're answering, though.
conversations happening.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
And Congress going to let congressional members, senators have those conversations. I can say that as we've done with many when legislation is discussed, as we've done with many other components of, or other times that legislation comes to like a debate, we offer technical assistance, and certainly we offer any advice that may be needed from us. But I'm just not going to get into hypotheticals from here. You saw the letter from, as it relates to our national security. You saw the letter from our OMB Director Shalonda Young. You heard from Jake Sullivan just moments ago about how important it is to get the supplemental done. It is important to our national security, and so we're going to be really clear about that and continue to speak pretty steadfast and let Congress know the time is now to get this done.
Oh my God.
One follow on Israel Hamas.
Honestly, I didn't get anything. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention enough, but I didn't understand the response at all.
General Secretary of the International Federation of Journalists told the AP in an interview today that journalists or media workers are killed. One is killed every day on average in the war, making it a conflict beyond compared to any other. At least 60 journalists have been killed since October 7, most of them Palestinians. So my question is as the U.S. urges Israel to minimize the deaths of Palestinian civilians, is there a similar emphasis that's placed on sparing journalists from being caught in the crossfire?
That's a good question.
I just want to be clear, I haven't seen this interview, so I want to be really clear about that. But obviously, the making sure that journalists who are really important on the ground and reporting on what's happening on the ground and making sure that they're protected and able to do that is critical. It's important. And that is that we've been pretty consistent here about protecting and making sure that journalists are able to do what they're are able to gather the facts, report the facts, and do that in a way that they're not.
Should we keep going? I don't think we should keep going. I mean, no disrespect to the creator or the person who put the video together, but I don't think we should keep going. Nothing is gonna get. I think somebody warned me about this. Yeah, one of you guys warned me. It's like, why are you watching this thing? You're never gonna get any answers. And yeah, it's true. Because, like I said previously, I don't even think the problem is from her responding. What I actually think is she doesn't even know. They're just like, oh, this happened. Go tell them something. And then she has to be here answering all these questions when she was not even present in the table when the decisions were made. I mean, speculatively, because I don't know for sure. Yeah, because, like, what is she going to say? Her job is difficult, I must tell you. Everything we've heard is just like, so we're making sure that yeah, we're not going to hear anything. I mean, to respect the video, I could keep going, but we're not going to hear anything.
Or they're not put in danger. Obviously, they are in a dangerous situation, but obviously that is a concern for us. We're certainly monitoring that, having those conversations, but I did not see this interview, so I want to be really, really clear about that. But we want to make sure that journalists are protected. What they're doing on the ground is critical. It's important in hearing
How are you monitoring that the journalists are protected?
From them on what they're seeing.
Thank you.
Karine, does the White House believe that additional election monitors are necessary in swing states across the country?
So I want to be careful because we're talking about upcoming elections, obviously. I'm assuming you're referring to 2024 and what we're going to be potentially seeing. So I'm going to have to refer you to the campaign. Obviously, for us, and we've taken actions on the federal level on making sure voting is accessible, and have taken the president signed an executive action very early on what we can do on the federal level to make sure that voting is a lot easier for folks and they have access and they're educated on what's available to them. But I want to be really careful, certainly, on talking about anything that's related to 20.
The responses are just very shallow, honestly. Like, I mean, no disrespect to her, but they're just very shallow. It's not a response that I would want if I was asking somebody a question, you know. What is your name? I mean, usually when I first got live, my parents would call me by my first name, even though my first name was not the most appealing name to them, and they would refer to me. That's how I'm interpreting all the answers. It's painful to listen to, and I don't even think it's her fault. I feel like she genuinely does not know the answers. So she has to respond the way she is right now, which her job is difficult, you know. Anyways, let me know what you think about that. I should have listened to you guys. I just thought I was going to find something interesting, you know, something that might actually give us answers this time. But, yeah, no answers again. And the journalists that come there to sit, I feel like they do it for formality. It's like their companies just pay them to be like, oh, go to the White House and take footage, because I'm not sure they're going to get any answers from here, and they just do it for formality. Smash the like button, subscribe. I can't keep going. There's really nothing to watch here, nothing to see. But smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If there's anything you want to share with us, tell us. If you can answer any of the questions better than she was able to provide to us, feel free to do so. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.